Oh, listen to that music. That was worth messing around for 15 minutes. Okay, 13. So, let me start again. Greetings and salutations and welcome to Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. This is a classic point-and-click adventure game from Sierra. It's a horror game. It is thus my this year choice for spooky season. Ah, there's the music. I love that music. So yes, there's not a lot to say in preparation because this is the very start of the series. Other than that, I personally think it's really good. I did say that it is a horror game, so be aware that there's some dark stuff in here. So yeah, be aware. There's not a lot to start with, not a lot that's graphic at least to start with. But yes, let's just jump in. Day 1. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. And yes, the game is divided into days, and each one comes with a snippet of a poem that will come together at the end, as I recall. Ah, such a good intro. Here's one of our main characters, not our protagonist, not in this game. Ah, and here's our protagonist.
Mm-hmm. I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
No, he does not.
I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really?
Ooh.
Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without
That's
you?
New Orleans, by the way, our location.
Break, the devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps, like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Right, so we're in, and that was, I believe, Leah Ramini as Grace Nakamura there, and Tim Curry as our protagonist, Gabriel Knight. So, classic Sierra game. We have our bar of icons here, of verbs that we can apply to the world. We can also cycle through them with the right mouse button. We have some quite nifty, lion and snake end pieces. They don't actually do anything, but there they look cool. Our options: speed, music, sound, text, and detail. All of that looks fine to me. Okay, we're going to have a narrator in this game. She has quite a thick accent, so if, like me, you have a little bit of trouble following her, just read the text. We do want text. We want voices. That looks good. Right, so our options: we can walk, we can look, we can ask, we can say, we can take, we can open, we can use, I think that is, and we can push. Not all of these are useful, but some of them are useful here. How about we push Grace?
Move that wall of ice. Good luck.
In fact, that that initial conversation does a nice job of setting up the slightly acerbic relationship that these two have. But still, Let's try to pick up Grace.
The desk is
No, not the desk. Grace.
Like I haven't tried.
Gabriel's a bit of a womanizer, I'm afraid. But yeah. Let's look at Grace.
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
Nice little bit of banter. Anyway, so let's look around. So we have this.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
That's our
Oh,
narrator.
wacky offbeat kind of guy that it was.
3 snakes in a skull. That's going to be relevant. Oh, we have a couple of items here. So let's take this magnifying glass.
Mind if I borrow a magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
There is not
Oops.
Gabriel.
Oops. Sorry about that.
There's a pair of tweezers on the counter. Grace uses them for book repair work.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're in a
I
bookstore.
won't take the tweezers for
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
just trying to make you feel at home.
Ouch. So yes, in classic point-and-click style, we're going to pick up everything not nailed down and see if we can get a pair of pliers for the things that are.
Cute gargoyle.
It is. Nice little dragon gargoyle. That, alas, I don't think we can take.
The gargoyle is heavier than it looks.
He's moving a little slowly. I think I'm going to turn up the speed a little bit. How does that feel?
Okay.
Can always walk. Yeah, that feels a bit snappier. Okay, is there anything? Where's open? Let's open the cash register. Anything in there?
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George's books, the mistake.
Yeah, it's not a very successful bookstore, I'm afraid. Nice little inset.
The cash register contains about $20 in small bills and change.
Well, we could try taking it, I suppose.
Gabriel, that's all the change money I have. Touch it, and you can kiss your hand goodbye.
Would I do that to you?
For the record, Gabriel's the one who actually owns the place. Grace, technically speaking, works for him. But anyway,
It's a gift certificate
that's their relationship.
left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
Ouch. But we can take that, I believe.
I trust you can
There
do
we
it
go.
with this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Nice. Now, believe it or not, there are a couple of important things here. One is the
My
coffee.
kidney's already flat.
Oh, okay, we've had coffee. The other is the paper. It is actually important for points and atmosphere to read the paper every day.
Dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the Voodoo Murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day.
Presumably he's an
But
Aquarius.
potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution, and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Oh, we'll be ignoring that.
Right.
Okay, so we have a whole bunch of books, of course. This is a bookstore. What do we have?
That shelf holds used copies of the Dime Stripe series, secrets of unsolved ancient UFO mysteries and such. They just
Okay.
leap out the door.
That sort of book. Yeah, I know that sort of book fairly well.
That shelf holds
Same stuff. What do we have
that
here?
shelf,
Nope.
the
Oh, there we go.
top shelf contains a set of German books that once belonged to Gabriel's grandfather.
Interesting. What
The
about
ladder
here?
provides
Oh, that's the ladder. Okay.
That shelf contains historical references, biographies of kings and queens, that sort of thing.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
That one as
the
well.
top shelf contains
Ah.
books on animals, including snakes and other reptiles.
Okay.
Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing. The books on that top shelf include mysteries and other pulp novels from the 50s and 60s.
Okay. Well, let's see. Are there any books of interest to us here?
Gabriel's had all of those books in the bathroom and doesn't care to read them again.
Fair. What about these German books left by our father? I think they said it was, or grandfather. Grandfather, I think.
Poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, geschweltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice. Kinda creepy, though. Who's the author?
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling the guy was one sick puppy.
Interesting.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Let's see, Mittag means midday, noon.
Okay.
Gabriel would
Okay, so let's talk with Grace a bit. Let's try just chatting.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing.
Dear.
These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Wow. Anything else?
Did I ever tell you that you're actually quite attractive?
Be still my heart.
Had any customers lately?
No, but I'm sure you have.
Ooh, ow, ow. That stings. Alright, let's see. Can we talk through a bit more
Got a
properly?
minute, Grace?
What's up?
Okay, so the exclamation mark is just chat. The question mark is converse properly. And here's Gabriel, here's Grace. And here we can ask about stuff. It's actually quite a nice little conversation UI. I quite like this. Anyway, let's ask her about voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Do
Anything
you know
else?
anything else about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
That's fine. Voodoo
What do you
Murders.
know about the Voodoo Murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
Okay, New
What can
Orleans.
you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
I've never been to New Orleans myself. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
Oh, okay. So the options. How come we haven't gone out yet? How do you like working at St. George's? What do you do after work? How old are you? Just tell me anything at all or nothing. Well, this is not something I would ask, but it's something Gabriel might, and I suspect we'll get a good answer out of it. So,
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
oh, there you are. Just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics.
Nice.
My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Okay, I think let's
No.
leave that for now. Are there any
Do you
messages?
have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Ouch.
Oh, there's more when you want them.
Okay, more
Do
messages?
you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Ouch.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said
Aw.
to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be relevant, I think. More
You
messages?
got more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a
Oh.
call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany, like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Anything else?
More messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley
Oh.
called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humprey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station, at the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the Voodoo Murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in a new voodoo book?
A writer has a certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Okay, I didn't remember that we got quite so many messages quite so soon. Anyway, do we have any research?
Sure. Well,
No, we're nothing to research right now. Okay. But yes, we can request that Grace research things for us if we think of something. So let's go back into the back. This is where Gabriel lives. The back of the store with a little
It's Gabriel.
bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning up in there.
The
I
medicine
think-
cabinet contains a few old
Ah.
prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel.
Which, believe it or not, is relevant. So let's help ourselves to hair
I'll
gel.
take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
I think we
All my
want...
clothes look the same, so...
No, apparently we don't. Okay, so there's his bed. This is where he's been doing some writing. He is a writer himself.
Writer's block.
The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory.
So yes, Gabriel is himself a horror writer, and he's researching these voodoo murders that have been happening around the city in order to get some inspiration and some detail for his work. Anyway, let's head out into the city, shall we? It's enough of the bookstore for the moment. Well, I do love bookstores. It is actually quite a pretty one.
good luck.
Right, and here's our map of New Orleans. Here we are at St. George's Bookshop, Gabriel's place, and there are a couple of places that we can visit. The Dixieland Drugstore is one of the places that Grace mentioned to us, as is the Historical Voodoo Museum. We also have St. Louis Cathedral and Jackson Square, and the Jackson Square Overlook. Here's Napoleon House, which is a small pub, as I recall, and here's the police station. You can also go to a greater New Orleans map, which allows us to go to Grandmother Knight's house, and will later give us at least a couple of other locations. So, where to begin? Well, let's start up here and work our way around. No, you know what? We should go visit our grandmother. Nice little cutscene of Gabriel getting onto his bike. Gabriel's been putting this off for far too long,
I'm so glad
by the
you
sounds of it.
stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Man, I'm beat.
Can I interrogate myself?
Hey, I'll ask the questions around here.
Worth a shot. So yes, Gabriel's grandmother's place. There's not a lot really to look at. I mean, we can. In truth, there are a lot of hotspots that we could examine, but in the interest of keeping things moving, I'm probably not going to do a lot of looking around. Let's...
How you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
That's an odd choice, but, you know, it's up to you anytime.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
There we go. How about
What
voodoo?
can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything
funny
about
that.
it here. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
I really like the lighting on these portraits.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
I could get more information on New Orleans from her, but let's just keep moving.
Tell me about yourself.
I think I remember that right at least.
Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
Excuse me if you hear me drinking. I'm quite thirsty, I will say, but do keep hydrated. Don't overdo it, of course, but stay hydrated. Tell me how you met Granddad.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend Alma, and at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fire and brimstone annex, and a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing and beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. It was then I knew that he was for me.
How are you feeling?
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle.
Aw.
Don't you worry your head about it.
I'm glad.
Oh, no.
Alright,
All right.
so let's see. Tell me about the family. This is a big part of her importance in the story, is telling us about our history, because it's not just about these murders, this story, or rather it is, but these murders have a bit more history to them than they might seem.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Well, let's start with the mother.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All
Ouch.
she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. They never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Sorry to hear it.
Tell me about my mother.
I don't know what else to tell you, dear.
Okay, so that's everything there. All right.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
Just as we've heard that our character Gabriel likewise suffers from nightmares.
Tell me about my father.
Interesting
When Philip
that.
met your mother, it was love at first sight.
Aw.
They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then. And he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were
Aw.
killed in that car crash when you were only 8.
Oof.
It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road or a wild cat.
I wonder.
Tell me about my father.
Your granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought.
I wonder
He
why.
pushed Philip to go to law school. Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Interesting.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated it that it was Margaret's money that supported the three of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two. But he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
If I'm not much mistaken, he's the one who painted that skull with 3 snakes that we have up in our bookstore.
Tell me about my father.
I don't know what else to tell you, dear.
Okay, and
Tell me
grandfather?
something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip. Since you're so interested in family
Aha.
history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will.
A new location has opened itself.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. I'll tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. The nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I would tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Harrison was only 36
Oof.
when he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time.
8
Your
again.
granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district. Took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Grand.
Understandably. Shame.
I know you are, dear.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet?
Another
He
artist.
was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift. But he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
A bit of a family of artists here. A poet, a painter, and now a writer. All of whom seem to have struggled with their art as well.
Tell me something about Granddad.
I don't know what else to tell you, dear.
In the father's case, at the very least, not for lack of skill, it seems. But yes. So, let's then... Oops. Let's go upstairs.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Let's see some of those
The
items.
dust.
Nicely cluttered attic. What do we have here?
That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years.
Anything of interest in there?
There's nothing I want in there.
Apparently not.
It looks
Can we open this trunk?
The lid is blocked.
Okay, there's a clock on top. Let's examine the clock.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin.
German again, we
is
note.
among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment. And it does.
Okay, how do I think I use it. Let's examine this more closely. Another really nice piece of art. As with Quest for Glory 3, there is some really lovely art in this game. So yeah, what do we have?
A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
And dragons will be coming up in a couple of places here, I think, or at least one other.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. A key winds the clock's mechanism.
So let's try returning the key.
Nothing happens.
No, okay.
The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move.
Oh, I think I can then push. Yeah. So I can now alter the time. I don't yet know what to set it to, of course. And I can rotate this wheel. I don't yet know what to rotate it to. Let's just stick the angel on top for now. Actually, I think I do know. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to know yet, but I seem to vaguely recall that this is a puzzle that isn't enormously, what's the word that I'm looking for? Telegraphed to the player. So I'm just going to go for it. If I have this right, I think I want. Whoops! No. Oh, come on! Oh wow! Sorry, my mouse drifting a bit there. There we go. Let's try that again. Come on, what is going wrong here? Nope. Something's fighting me here. Sorry, give me a moment to. Something about the way this is moving is not as expected. Wow, that is very strange. It fights me whenever I have the minute hand near 12. Any of these others, fine. But as soon as I start getting near 12, it starts fighting me for some reason. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Oops. I can't do anything with the keyboard. At any rate, I think I want that. No, not that. Am I trying to use this incorrectly or something, I wonder? Very strange. I don't know why it's fighting me like this. Maybe if I select... No, I can't select a different part of the thing. It's not as though my mouse is moving. There's nothing under the light of the mouse. Yeah, it's only when the cursor is in that area that it starts fighting me. All right, I'm going to leave it alone. Excuse me. I'm going to leave it alone for the moment. Maybe it's just fighting me because I'm not supposed to do this yet. So let's head out. We have a puzzle at least that we know about. Excuse me if you heard me drinking. And let's leave.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
It's not as though it's fighting me now. Anyway, so yeah, there's the cemetery. You know, let's keep up with the family stuff. Let's go visit the cemetery. Something nice and cheerful, you know. Ah, what is this?
The marks are reddish in color and reminds Gabriel of crosses. They look like they've been here a few days at least.
Okay. What do we have in our? We don't actually have a notebook of any sort. Actually, I wanted. Did I forget that? might have been supposed... It's possible that I was supposed to pick up a notebook before I... Come on, I want to go to the exit. Yeah, game, I want to leave. I want to go. Game. Oh, there we go. Wow, that was a little awkward. Okay, let's just go back to the bookshop quickly. There's no passage of time in this game, as far as I recall.
Hey, great.
Oh, joy.
So we don't have to worry about going back and forth. If there's a notebook here, where is it?
Gabriel's desk.
Just the desk, there's the telephone.
The typewriter is
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
Gabriel's reference books. Gabriel Knight.
Could have sworn there was... What, oh wait, what is that?
The books on
No, that's not it.
Gabriel. The old well. It's an
Ashtray
race
there.
like the
Oh, hello.
Hey kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Ouch.
Rare books.
Yeah, a little
That
bit of the old
explains why I
stereotyping here, I'm
rarely
afraid.
see anyone in here. Are you going to see
Ugh,
that
but oh well.
wonderful painting
He's
of
not
yours
here,
today?
not here much, so... No, this is a painting made by our father. Let's...
Are you ready to drop dead today?
Well, really?
But we know that Bruno wants this painting. Oh, while I'm here...
the books here.
Fine. Let's look at one of these books about snakes.
Gabriel pulls down a book on snakes.
Snakes are legless reptiles. Some snakes kill their prey with poison, some by constriction. A snake smells by tasting the air with its forked tongue. The smells are passed back to a sense organ in the mouth. Constrictor snakes, however, sense their prey by vibration.
That's
Did
relevant.
you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters, well, they've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
Wow, hey! I found that interesting. It's also relevant.
Gabriel can.
So I wonder whether we can get anything new now that we've read that.
Gabriel.
So we heard this bit. No. Can we get anything from here?
Gabriel.
Spiel,
Okay, that's not
Gabriel.
useful.
Gabriel.
Himmel means
Okay, not interesting.
dry means 3.
So there's one clue. We know that
Gabriel.
the word in there, dry, means 3.
Possession means possessed.
Gabriel.
Drachen
Ah.
means dragons. I wonder if Mosley would know he was being insulted if I called him Drachenbread.
So there's a hint for us. If we go back here,
Gabriel.
Drei
Drei Drachen, 3 dragons, we've now learned.
Drachen kriechen in my feurige...
I wonder whether we can actually ask Grace to research that.
There's no.
But she's told us there's an association between dragons and snakes, and there's a thing, a painting of 3 snakes in a head. Can I request? No, can't request that she research that. Okay, never mind. Worth a shot. So I'm not sure where we were supposed to get.
Try not...
Good luck.
Sure, we were supposed to have a notebook or some such thing. But maybe I'm remembering a different game. Alright, in that case, I'm going to come back. I'm going to start out this end.
Hi.
Ah. A nice little crocodilian
The
fella.
mask appears to be made from a real crocodile head.
Interesting.
Root bags, curio boxes, and magic candles, sold as curios only. We can guarantee results.
Mm-hmm.
The sign says,
Ah.
Special Saint Jean Eve, Lanyapin, free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil, with every purchase over $50.
Lanyap. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Alright, well let's chat with this fella.
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want, I'll answer what I want.
Seems not unfair.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Do you think I'm stupid? This is a voodoo shop. Look at all this stuff.
These are novelties, curiosities.
Uh-huh.
If people want to think they're magic, it's not my concern, you know.
Right.
Are you telling me that you own a voodoo shop, but you know nothing about voodoo practices?
Affaire n'est pas affaire blanche.
What does that mean?
Caught the word white,
Mind your own business.
but I don't know much French, so I can't really tell you more than that.
I'm researching voodoo for a book.
I don't have your answers, B. Do you want to buy something, monsieur?
Look,
Okay.
what do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Cabri Sancour.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop.
I think he just slipped up.
What do you know about...
Monsieur,
Okay.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
it's the biggest night of the year in voodoo.
Says the guy who
What
claims
comes
that he
on
doesn't know
exactly?
anything about voodoo.
I couldn't say.
Right.
What's the significance?
I've said all.
Okay.
What did you mean when you said Cabri Sancour?
I didn't say that.
Of course not.
Did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
What did you...
I didn't.
You did.
Okay, nothing new there.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
Tell me about you. How did you get into this kind of business?
Why should I discuss my business with you, man?
Alright, anyway. Can I get the mask?
The mask gave
Can I ask you about
I
it?
ask-
Doesn't look like it. Okay. Right, so there's nothing much else going on in here. No, let's head down to the Historical Voodoo Museum then. Should be perhaps a little more edifying at least.
Hi. Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
Now here it's worth looking around a little bit at least, I think.
a street drummer has settled outside the museum. The back wall displays various voodoo items, such as a poster advertising a voodoo tour of the city. Winters only. Something about the shape of that knife gives Gabriel the creeps.
You can't see it clearly, but it's a wavy bladed knife, I believe.
Something about the shape of
Serpentine, one might say.
an official voodoo wishing stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card say.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
Wow.
A very large, very formidable looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage. There's a beaten up old fan in the wind.
Okay, a
It's
fan.
an electrical switch. On the table is a small coffin. So small, in fact, that it would only fit an infant.
Lovely.
Charming.
Well, let's chat with this lady then, shall we? See if she... Oh, wait, hold on. What does that say?
It's a basket for donation to the Free Museum.
Okay, well, we don't have any actual money on us right now, so we can't even if we wanted to.
Could I ask you a few questions?
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, worth
I
noting.
see. Thank you.
Okay. Let's head out. Who is this fellow?
Damn. I've always wanted a skeleton with a bowl on its head.
Okay. Well, for your very specific wishes, Gabriel, this might be the right place.
I'll be gone now, thanks.
So long.
I might be clicking through some of the text, honestly just through impatience on my part. Alright, well let's head to the police station then. We were also told that there was some stuff going on there. Another snake there.
It's an antique umbrella stand.
Okay, well, let's try to go in, shall we?
No one goes back there until I say so, mister.
Okay. Well, will you say so?
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you
What,
for?
do they have a first officer? Who are
Tell me
you?
about yourself.
Oh, me? I'm the Death Sergeant Frick. Why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all.
Having just finished Quest for Glory 3, didn't we encounter a person by that name? Oh
What
well.
can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Should know something.
I'm not allowed to get information on police cases.
Glad to hear him say that in all fairness. What do you know about
What
this?
can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Bunch of crazies out there on St. John's Eve, that's what. We're busy all night.
Really? What kind of crazies?
Your usual howl at the mooners, I guess. They don't look no weirder than them that comes in during Mardi Gras. Never can tell, though.
This?
Do you know what caprice encore means?
Can't say that I do.
Okay, what do you...
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at a crime scene. Sorry.
Oh, really?
About Detective Mosley.
I told you.
Okay, so he's not going to be helpful there.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah. I got something for you, all right? As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
That doesn't sound as salubrious as one might hope, but alright. Tell me about this crime scene.
Where is the crime scene? Is it related to the Voodoo Murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more little clues than are probably already there.
Also good to hear him say.
Come on, you can tell me what the crime scene is.
Look, I know the paper's got everybody stirred up about these killings, but that don't make it public information. Back off.
So this is a new voodoo murder then?
Hey,
Ooh,
I didn't
let
say
that slip.
You'll read all about it in the papers tomorrow, I'm sure.
Alright.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what Mosley got for us. Let's open this envelope.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs. The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Oh, shame.
The photo
This other one, it's nothing too graphic, I don't think, but it is showing an in-universe crime scene, so just be aware.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo
does look
Murders
bad.
crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Lovely. And if that were less pixelated, that would be pretty horrifying. Less pixelated. Oops. Less pixelated and in greater color. Either of those could make that pretty nasty. All right. So we now know that Mosley, who we want to talk to, is out at a crime scene. We just don't know where. We could go to the cathedral. Well, let's start at the cathedral. I don't think there's anything for us there just yet. Excuse me. There's no one here. See if we can go into the confessional. We can, but there's nothing much for us here just yet, as I recall. There, we can do something there, but it's just a bit of fluff, really. So let's keep things moving. We haven't really gotten into the real meat of the game yet. So, also we've now, please note, just wandered straight into a priest's, I suppose you'd call this ready room, and we're about to start stealing from said priest. Not advised, but here we go.
Black.
Was any of this relevant?
There's a box of
Oh yes, we want priest collars. Again,
You never know when a priest's collar will come in handy.
I'm sure, Gabriel. Yeah, but it's required for a puzzle. You can't actually finish the game without it, I don't think. Well, anyway, Jackson Square. We have a mime, we have some musicians, we have a mime following people, which
You want to eat my fist?
apparently people find annoying. Not that I can find that entirely impossible to understand, but... Okay, another drummer. Interesting rhythm.
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
There's some musicians, and oh, interestingly, a police officer rather, with a motorbike. Oops, I clicked through that by mistake, sorry. Motorbike and a radio is the important
Can I
thing.
ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
Oops, sorry. Clicked through without thinking. I'll keep clicking through the radio. Sorry about that. Let me just go back and let's catch a bit of that radio. Should come up every so often, I would think. Yeah, you see, there's we're hearing bits and pieces of the audio, but nothing terribly useful. Now, what we really want, if we go back, sorry, I'm not quite sure how to get this to work, but if we try to get too close, perhaps.
Could I ask you a few?
Not now.
I should have noticed.
Okay.
Good day.
Yeah.
In any case, the important thing is that he has a radio. If we could just get to that radio, maybe we could intercept some police communications and find out where that crime scene is. So, let's commit what is probably a crime, I would imagine. Hello. We know our mime likes to... no, he's cottoned onto someone else, unfortunately.
Well, I'd never. Leave me alone.
This is the tricky thing about this puzzle. The mime likes to follow people, but if you get too close to someone else, he starts following them instead. No, no, no. This way, this way. What we want is for him to annoy the cop. Hello. And he's now pretending to be an ape to mock the police officer.
I told you to stop that. All right, mister. You want some of this?
And the police officer chases off after him.
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the crowd out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 911.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey, you! Get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Right, what we came here for now. There'll be other uses for this place, but we go to the New Orleans map. We now have a crime scene.
The crime scene team is still at the site. Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks over to avoid adding to the general confusion.
Oh, no, we're still in cutscene. Okay, the body's been covered up at least. And some of the car.
Hey, mostly. Huh? Knight, you wiener. I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Uh-huh. Well, for the book. But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh? It's another one. As you can see, same MO and no frickin' clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing.
Interesting that.
Now,
Oh,
who the
hello.
hell is that?
You remember that poem that we started off with?
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
I see. Thank you, detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Whoa, I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Molly Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
Well, Lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Man, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
No, you don't.
We've about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
It's nicely
Stick
animated,
around,
this.
Take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the mud and the water moccasins, though. I'll be back at the station. Stop by if you want to go over the case some more.
Thanks.
Alright, so there are a couple of interesting things here.
Out down the spot. Will these pristine banks ne'er be cleaned again?
Shakespeare reference.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand. But if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined. Patches of grass have managed to survive life.
Not there.
The grass
Ah, there we
has
are.
a matted appearance.
Yep, you're expected to spot that little difference in pattern there. Let's try using... No, okay. Can we... take?
The mark.
No. Do we open it?
The marks in the...
How do I...
The grass has...
Yes, I know. I want to get a closer look. Oh, right. Yes, closer look. I want to use my magnifying glass, of course. Slightly wonky sprite there, but alright. This is nice, though.
Some heavy wire object had been set there.
A wire object. It's been a heavy wire object placed over the grass and it left behind.
Gabriel is all...
Use the tweezers.
Gabriel
A snake.
uses the
Or a scale,
small
sorry.
iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake.
There we
scale,
are.
But it beats the hell out of me. What kind?
We might want to do some research on that. And while we're here, let's just grab a handful of clay.
Is that clay? Yuck.
Again, we're going to want it for a puzzle later. Where's our exit? There we are. Now, I am sure I'm supposed to have a sketchbook at this point. Let me just run back to St. George's again.
Hey, great.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
Grace, keep...
Can I get some art supplies?
Gabriel would...
I don't want her oil pants. I want... Oil... Did I say oil pants? I don't want her oil paints. I just want a sketchbook. I'm sure there's supposed to be one. I just don't know where.
Got a minute, Grace?
Oh, do you know anything about that?
Do you know what caprice encore means?
No. Sounds French, though.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. It must be a local custom. New Orleans love any excuse to celebrate.
What about snakes?
Do you know anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Ouch.
Very funny. I mean real snakes. You know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Ouch.
I know very little about reptiles of any kind and prefer to keep it that way.
Oh, shame.
I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Some very neat reptiles, including snakes. Anything more?
Do you know anything?
I told you nothing.
Okay, can I request...
Sure.
Ah.
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the Voodoo Murders. If you
Uh-huh.
get an address...
They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
Nothing there.
Okay.
What am I missing?
Well...
Oh.
It's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
I likely missed some stuff Oh well. That's fine. So much for not dreaming, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is the nightmare that Gabriel keeps having, and you can see why it affects him so, at least in part. And but what is this, one might wonder? Other than a neat bit of 90s CGI. Covered in blood. Actually interesting that it didn't occur to me that we have a scene of a woman turning into a leopard here just after the game in which we dealt with a bunch of leopard men, including a woman who we changed from a leopard person into a human. Anyway, a mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not, and though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. A mask I wore when I approached. I was what I am not, and though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought.
Swell today. Actually, swollen.
Ouch.
So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh. It always does that. Never mind. Did you dream about the fire and the hang guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is...
Hey! Far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West England. That's a garden district, a state city.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I've ever seen. Ouch!
Oy, men.
Funny you should use the word dangerous. Anyway, let's see what the newspaper has to say for us.
Dated June 19, 1993. A front-page article describes the most recent of the Voodoo Murders. Gabriel scans it but learns not anew. The article reiterates that the voodoo aspect of the crimes is fake. Gabriel shivers. It looked real enough to him. Elsewhere, there's an article about the history of Jackson Square, called La Plaza d'Armas. Under French rule, it was used for executions, firing squads, hanging, even impalement and breaking on the wheel. Yikes.
Ouch.
Of course, these days, it's mostly a hangout for tourists, street musicians, and local artists. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Chances of a dark star rising on this day. Do not trust your instinct.
I feel a dark star rising, all right.
Ah, Gabriel. Oh, yes, that is a rather ominous, whatchamacallit, horoscope. I'm sure there's supposed to be a sketchbook somewhere around here, or notebook, or some such thing. I just do not know where.
If Gabriel took...
It's one of those cases where I'm missing just one item that should be around somewhere. Oh wait, I wonder... Oh, let me try... Can I look in here?
Gabriel doesn't... That doesn't...
No. at a little bit of a loss as to where I'm missing that sketchbook or notebook that I'm expecting to have be around somewhere. There are a couple of things that I should be able to take down with it. The markings on that tomb, the pattern of the... Oh, I know where it is. Just remembered.
See you later.
See?
I'm going to go and run and get it quickly. And then I'm going to come back. Yeah. We'll probably end the stream at that point because honestly, I'm really tired today.
Nice.
Make.
So, yeah, head straight up. Should be, is that it there, I wonder? Yeah, there it is.
That Gabriel vaguely remembers as his father's.
That little bunch of pixels is what I missed.
I think I'll take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
There we go. Now we have a sketchbook.
Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil.
Can we open it? Oh, we can.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind.
Three snakes again.
Touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Interesting. Again, three snakes, a wheel within a wheel, three wheels. That thing that we saw in CG, what looks like a lion to me, but that's a leopard, I'm pretty sure. Another set of three wheels. Interesting. I think let's try the clock again. So I think we should be able to solve. I think we should be able to solve this. Oh, right. You want me to push it, don't you? He does not want to be at 12. There we go. That's what I was trying to do, but apparently that's wrong.
The face.
Trying to remember the poem. There's three dragons in my head. Drei Drachen, something or another, something or another. I don't see anything terribly relevant there. But I think that I'm right in saying that we can actually solve this at this point. So I'm going to actually, before I end the stream, I want to see if I can solve this. I'm going to run over to the bookstore again. I want to have another look at that poem. So I think that's the clue, that poem. That was the Getty Estate that we just spotted new on the Greater New Orleans map.
Phew.
Oh.
And let's pick up the book.
Gabriel.
Okay, three dragons, something in my head. The Seele? Heaven? Not sure what that means. Oh, kitten, sorry. Click through. Don't know what that means. Not sure.
Gabriel cannot.
Oops.
I'm out of here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. The funny thing is I've played this game multiple times, so theoretically speaking I know the answer. I just don't remember what it is. Offhand.
Hi.
Make yourself.
I'm guessing those are his parents.
On the wall are portraits
Oh
of
no,
grandmother and
grandfather.
when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
Are they the ones that he's wearing, do you think?
I'm gonna...
Enjoy.
The ring.
Whoops. I wanted...
The face.
No.
The face.
No. Oh. Forgetting I'm supposed to turn the key.
Latin.
Okay, so let me try my original answer. Which was
The face.
the dragon and all the way around to... Oops. To 3. No, that's 2.
Using.
Ah, it's gotten confused. There we go. And now let's try turning the key. There we go. I was right. 3 dragons, so 3 o'clock with the dragon at the top. That one.
Gabriel.
Anything else inside?
I see.
Doesn't seem so. So we've picked up a couple of items here. Oops. There we go.
The old photograph showed Gabriel's grandfather with 2 other men that Gabriel has not identified.
Yet. And a letter here.
Those 2. The letter is addressed to Heinz Ritter, whoever that is. The letter is written in German, but Gabriel determines what he can about it. It was sent from a place called Schloss Ritter in Rittersberg, West Germany. The letter is addressed to mein Sohn Heinz.
My son
and
Heinz.
signed Wilhelm Ritter.
I'm not mistaken.
One of the recurring words strewn throughout the letter is the word Schattenjäger.
One we'll be hearing more of.
The only thing that Gabriel can decipher about the letter is a sense of urgency in the handwriting and in the heavy use of quill-tipped bold strokes in underlining.
Interesting. So, we can talk to our grandmother more about this, but I've sort of skipped over some of the start of the day. We haven't talked with Grace yet to find out about our research and so on and so forth. We did find out about our research, but we haven't found out, well, more of what messages she might have had and so on and so forth. So I'm going to jet back there. But I'm going to, I think, close the stream before we actually talk with her, and we will save that for the next stream. Oh, actually, but before I do, I just want to close up some stuff at the crime scene, actually. Now that we have the sketchbook, we should at last be able to do what I was trying to do yesterday. Where's that sketchbook? There we go. Get a picture of these markings.
Let me try to get this down.
Don't suppose I can do that then. No. Okay. That's what I wanted to do there. And in fact, I'm going to pop into the cemetery and use it here as well. This is the other place that I wanted to use it.
I want a copy of these strange marks.
Okay. Oops. And you know what?
So I came back.
Let's talk with Grace before we.
That coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
Oof. Let's talk with Grace before we close up. I think.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Let's see. Ooh, do you know about Schottenjäger?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No. Is that a voodoo word?
I don't think so. It's German.
No, but it has a nice ring, doesn't it? Schottenjäger.
It does actually. Anything more?
You can't tell me anything about the word Schottenjäger?
Nope, sorry, I don't speak German.
Fair. Messages?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Don't think so.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have
Oops. Right, and I think that is a good point at which to save and quit. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. I can't actually read that, this resolution, but alright, I'll presume that I know what I'm doing. Yeah, there it is. It looks like there's an autosave? Interesting. I wonder where that was. Maybe not. Okay. Right, so that'll be that for the stream, I think. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've had fun. I very much have. Stay well and goodbye.